Hey guys, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, wanting to take a look at the AliExpress Vales Toys Store Knockoff Black Series ARF Troopers. Except, are they truly knockoff? So the bodies absolutely are, but ARF Troopers, Hasbro's never made ARF Troopers. The helmets on these are a totally new sculpt, and this really puts them on a higher tier than anything I could have possibly imagined, and I'm just super excited about it. So let's get into the review and see if these are something worth picking up. Alright, as I've said before in these videos, this is typically where I'd talk about the packaging, but these don't come with packaging. So they come in a bubble mailer or a brown box, and they're bubble wrapped inside of the packaging, and you throw that away and you just have your toy in your hand. There's no presentation. So, yeah, the ARF Trooper. Now, I gotta say, these helmets are pretty decent for what they are. I do have some custom ARF Troopers that I had Commander Cook make me, and of course, these are a one-piece resin sculpted helmet, and very awesome. Shout out to Commander Cook. He always does the best. Go check him out if you haven't. But these ARF Troopers look pretty decent for what they are. So AliExpress in the 501st color scheme has two variants. So here you have them, and they're basically identical except the accessories and one small tweak. So let's look at the officer one, or the commander one. And basically, this is just an ARF Trooper with one singular hip holster. So to run through his accessories, he comes with the blaster pistol for said hip holster. Doesn't come with a pair, just one, but I do like the idea of there being a sidearm. And then he comes with the clone long rifle and the clone short rifle. And now the normal 501st, the non-officer, non-commander one, is just basically a plain body with a helmet. But as far as accessories go, he comes with the rocket launcher, which is insane. They've made another custom weapon. Recently, they made the Z6 rotary cannon, which ended up going to hard case. And now they've done the rocket launcher, and they're doing custom helmets, and they've done backpacks now. Vales Toy Store is knocking it out of the park on these things. It's insane. It used to just be, man, you know, custom deco. They're going all out. These look so good. So I'm crazy hyped on this. Now, I will say this is just in gray plastic. There's no paint or whatever. But man, it looks awesome. And a lot of them do have just a touch of bowing going on. They're a little bit of a rubbery plastic. But you get that in some warm water, straighten it out. It'll look pretty good. As far as carrying it, he just holds it in his right hand as so. I like to have him stabilize it with the left. I've kind of permanently warped the hand a little bit more open. It's a tight fit right out of the box, but you get that kind of helping him hold it, and man, that is just a good look. I love it. So yeah, can't speak poorly about that. But otherwise, these bodies are basically identical, sans the different belt. So let's go ahead and take a good look at the figure. Now, I will say, it doesn't seem to have the problem on the 212th and the all-white ones that they've done, but the 501st, which was the first one that they made, had a little bit of an issue with some warped helmets. So this one isn't as offensive. This one, you can definitely see that left side is lifted up some. Here is one of the other ones I picked up, and I mean, that one is just all kinds of wonky. Now, these are absolutely fixable, and I'm working on a video on fixing the helmets. It's not hard to do. It'll be out shortly after this one, but these are fixable. Don't let that discourage you from picking up these 2/12 ones. But I mean, just very nice sculpt work going on. You have the details in the mouth area, the vents on the side of the helmet, some little gray punch-ins on the sides, basically a blue stripe going down the center of the helmet, the little gray triangle in the back. And otherwise, from the neck down, it's a 501st clone. It's that standard 501st clone marking with the outer thigh twin stripes rolling down. And you have like the blue under the knee pads and the blue shoulder pads and the blue around the wrists and around the square on the back. I mean, it's a 501st clone from the neck down with a different helmet, which I feel is accurate. So these are looking pretty cool. Let's go ahead and run through some articulation. As I've mentioned, these are knockoffs, but it is the Hasbro body. And so this should be very familiar articulation. It features a double barbell neck, which allows it to look that far up. Another thing is that, like the Hasbro figures, there is an unpainted Tamura Morrison head underneath there. And so these aren't glued down. You could paint that head sculpt if you cared to. So yeah, it's not even just like a solid head. But yeah, it'll allow you to look that high up, which is insane. pretty far down, which is also great. Side-to-side rotation with a ton of pivot. His arms can come up to a T-pose like so, with a butterfly joint, 360 at the shoulder with single jointed elbows that go to 90 and rotate, 360 at the wrist with the left hand hinging in and out, righty hinging up and down, mid-torso ball joint allowing you to crunch that far forward, that far back, get some side-to-side pivot and twist. Legs can kick that far apart, that far forward, a little bit back, upper thigh rotation, single joint knee that goes to 90 and rotates, and the feet can point basically straight down, pretty far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get some pretty decently wide stances with both feet flat on the floor. To do some size comparisons, or maybe just a group comparison, let's just do that. I'm just going to bring in some other clones. So here are the Knockoff hard case, the Knockoff Jesse. Here is Dogma. Come on, stand up, Dogma. There you go. Here is Kicks. And here is Top. And yeah, it's so cool seeing this many 501st clones together. I don't know. I've always wanted to have a big 501st group since I was a kid, and as an adult with adult money, it's finally happening. So, end of the day, what do I think of the AliExpress 501st ARF Trooper figures? I love them. I'm super keen on these. I'm really happy to have them in the collection. I love the paint apps. They're so good looking. They look basically just like what Hasbro would do if Hasbro cared about the collectors enough to make this kind of thing happen. And man, the new head sculpts, the rocket launchers, these are so insane. I love them. Do I recommend them? Absolutely. So, you know, whether you agree with the morality of bootleg figures, I've done a Topical Tuesday on it, which you should totally check out if you haven't. I basically just talk about my final thoughts and whether or not they're even legal, which they are, spoiler alert. But yeah, these are super awesome, and I'm glad to have them in the collection. I think that they would flesh out your clone collection a bit too. And yeah, the visors, as I said, are fixable, and I'm going to be working on a video on them. And there's also a little custom I'm going to slip in there too. A super easy custom that anyone can do at home. A hybrid toy reviews tutorial, if you will. Except the idea came from 212 Hunter on Instagram, so go check him out. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would actually have seen this custom a couple weeks ago when I got these figures in. So go follow me on Instagram if you don't. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all the end of video stuff. And I will see you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you. Bye.